I was screaming out for help, nobody heard. Holding secrets I can't tell, a soul in the world, lost in a wasteland. I needed something to feed my soul, and you're in oasis, someone to call my home. I found you to give me shelter from the rain. I found you to run the blood back through my veins. I found you. I was freezing half to death out in the cold. I was breathing my last breath, tired and alone, lost on the dark side. I couldn't find my way on my own, and you were a bright light, someone to guide me home. I found you to give me shelter from the rain. I found you to run the blood back through my veins. I found you. I found you to give me shelter from the rain. I found you to run the blood back through my veins. I found I found I found you.
Are we live? I think we're live.
Yes, we are.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream.
Everybody. What's going on, guys? Evening. Tasia, it is not evening. It is 1 o'clock. You could fool me, though, because it's dark and raining here. It's gross. So if I, cut out at some point, it's because there's an extreme weather event occurring directly outside my window right now.
What's going on? It's a thunderstorm,
Bro.
you said?
It's getting weird out there. It's like torrential downpour. Like, I'm looking at the plants outside my window just getting battered, dude. Poor things.
We got some people to say hello to.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, Wicked. Hello, Legion. Hello, Tasia. Hello, Shiga. Hello, Tao. Yati, how are you? Good to see everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Hello, Ghost. Yeah, guys, it's always good to be with you guys for another release. This one is, of course, for I Found You. So thanks for hanging. Thanks for being here. We always look forward to these, and we're always excited to spend a little time with you guys on these Saturdays. Um, yeah, I remember a lot of names. It's funny because when I go through the comments on YouTube, I think that's where I really hammer them home. But yeah, it's always good to spend some time with you guys on random Saturdays. So it's good to be with you. It's good to be near you, Anchorman reference. So yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Nick, how are you? How is the weather in Tennessee?
I mean, the weather's straight. It's sunny, a little crisp outside. It's definitely becoming fall, that's for sure.
So jealous of you. Somehow it's still 80 up here, but anyway.
Yeah, so we are here to celebrate the release of I Found You, which
That's why we're here.
is the last song of the year.
It is. And Nick, I guess you can do another unveiling for those who
Oh, yeah, I
are
can do that now. So if there's anybody from Discord, you know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But since it is the last song, we are proud to announce well, we don't have an official release date just yet, but proud to announce the vinyl called Hello Jupiter.
Yo, hello. Are you gonna show it off like you did last time? A little unboxing? Is it near you? Yeah, dude.
Yep, here it is.
There
Trying to get some good angles on here with the light, but you can see that it is a rendition of the Bored to Death album art. We decided to make it the main one. Can't really get some good light on here. Maybe back here. Here we go.
It's too moody in there, dude. It's too moody in Nick's apartment.
Yep, this thing is really rad because it has art all over it.
Yeah. It's definitely saturated. It's dense.
Yeah, it's dense. Lots of colors. You know, we're really stuck with the Jupiter space themes here. So I'll open it up.
This is just becoming a marketing video for our vinyl.
We have an insert in here with a really cool photo of us just looking up at the stars, you know? And some more of the track listing and a close-up of Jupiter in the back with all the credits. I think it's a cool touch.
It's like a poster. You could put it on your wall. It's gorgeous.
And here's the vinyl, of course, which we got some good details on this. I'll show in a second.
Yeah. I haven't looked at it because mine's just sitting there, just sealed.
I'll have to put my light behind it to show you that it's got some cool effects.
It looks like a black record, guys, but it's like this cool translucent green and black situation. Nebulous, if you will. Pretty neat. So yeah. So that is our record. It's called Hello Jupiter. And it'll have all of the songs from this year on it. So that's the first that's the big news is A, I Found You is out. B, we're gonna have our first ever, hey Alex, we're gonna have our first ever full length record, and it will be available in actual physical media, which is not something we have had the opportunity to do a lot, because by the time we really wanted to start doing it, there was a vinyl shortage in the universe. But now that is not the case, and we can make records for you guys, which is fun. We like to have that to share with you. So that's exciting, and we are happy about it and excited because it's just a cool package, and these songs we're really proud of. So it's just a good combination of good body of work and a really cool package that we're really happy with. So for those of you who want that, it will be available. Yati, I'm glad that you got it. You were the winner of the big raffle last time. That's pretty good. Um, my man, you are my man. I'm super happy you liked all of these songs. Um, I know I have like a really not great record player, Wicked, so I'm right there with you. My record player is like not like a really good one. I literally, when we made the first vinyl, I knew I was gonna have to listen to the test pressing to make sure it wasn't jacked up. So I bought a record player specifically specifically to like proof the record last time, literally. I didn't even have one before that. But now I'm getting a little bit more into it. One of my good buddies, my friend Julian, is like a crazy vinyl head. He has like 1,000 records. It's insane. Um, so I'm getting a little bit more into it now. It's just it's a lot of storage space. But I guess if you have like I don't have like a lot of records. I probably have like 15 records. So I don't have to worry about it yet. But I'm like, if I'm gonna keep collecting, I'm gonna need space. Gonna need a whole room to store all my stuff in. Alex, I'm glad you like it. We went through a couple like options because we definitely wanted to hit on that space theme. I think Nick, you did like an awesome job with like the social media over the past year with like posting all that stuff and like just keeping the theme and all those cool galaxy pictures. So we definitely wanted to stick with that just for the theme of the record. Um, so we had like a couple options, but I think we settled on that, and I think it works because it really matches like the art on the cover and everything is just really cohesive. So we're super stoked on it.
Yeah, I really like how it all came out.
Me
Honestly,
too.
yeah,
Me too.
we did. I remember when we started writing this record, we had no idea really where it was going to go. But as your
No.
lyrics started shaping up and the tracks started shaping up in the studio, we're like, oh wow, yeah, this really does have a space vibe going on. So it's cool.
Yeah, I think like it's funny because it just kind of started from me just not liking anything. And like a common thing I will say as a joke is launch me into space. That's like I respond to texts from people with that a lot. Like, hey, launch me into space. I don't want to be here anymore. So it's funny that that's like was the origin was just like me sarcastically joking about Earth being terrible. And it turned into like kind of a theme for a whole record. And it really came together. So it's kind of funny how a stupid thing like that kind of manifests this giant project, you
Yeah,
know?
we just went with it, man. We just were like, well, everything is sort of talking to us and wanting to come out a certain way, so we just let it happen. But
That's it,
I did want
dude.
to. We talked about it in Discord, but because we're here on YouTube, obviously, and the song is out, I think we should talk a little bit about the meaning of the song, where it came from,
Yeah.
why this one is special before we get into the overall record theme as well.
Yeah, I think yeah, I know we kind of like put the cart before the horse here a little bit with the record over the song. I'm just tagging people real quick, sorry. Um
Oh, dude, I don't give a shit.
I know, I'm just fucking I don't want people to think I'm not paying attention to them, you know what I mean? Like don't worry, guys. Um okay, just wanted to ping. Um yeah, so this song particularly techno bard. Yes, the techno bard has returned. Um Wicked. No, I don't have to lotion my head. Your head is like really greasy from like how like your hair produces oil. That still happens after you lose your hair. So no, I'm all set. I don't have to really do much. Um, yes, Alex, I probably said it more than once. Hi, Max. So this song, when we were talking about, we had like the meat of the record, and you know, a little different than doing like a 5 song EP when you're doing a full length record, you want to have stuff that kind of rounds out and makes it like kind of complete. And one of the things that we were missing was we were like, well, maybe we could do like a ballad, which is not like my strong suit, really, I don't think. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. But I had to access a little bit of that ballady feeling, which is, you're gonna want to have I guess like a love song. And Nick, you said on Wednesday, like, well, isn't every song about love to some degree? And I'm sure it is. Um, You're not wrong. But I just wanted to access a feeling of what I thought encompassed a ballad, which would be, like obviously love and belonging and safety and kindness and all of that stuff. And when I had to access that, when I had to, think of something that kind of made me feel that way, I thought of all you guys. Um, and that was like kind of where it came from was, I was like our community, our family, our little, thing that we've built here.
Yep.
And it really kind of CH, happy birthday. It really kind of like gave me like a starting point, when I was in a bad spot in my life and when I wasn't really feeling great about being here. A lot of you gave me kind of a purpose and a drive and made me feel like I was connecting with people and like impacting people positively in a way that I didn't really have the opportunity to feel a lot in my life. And so that was really great. And it meant a lot to me. And I was like, cool, I can write a song that's kind of a thank you to all of you. And it was important to me to kind of get that out and get it down. And it was cool to reflect just on like where we started to where we are now in terms of like how our community has grown, how our family like just always gets bigger, and it's just really awesome. So yeah, so this one was kind of for all you guys, and I hope that if you've already listened to the song and you didn't know that, I know some of you guys were here on Wednesday for the pre-release and I kind of talked about this, but if you didn't know that, you can go back and listen to the song again and know I'm talking about you a little bit. And I think that that's pretty cool, you know. Um, that is true. So Yati, you're not the only one to say, to reference two wrongs in this. That was definitely ballady too. I just think that was a little different because it came from when I wrote Two Wrongs, it really came from a place of me thinking about other people and how um, that was like kind of the start of like when there was a subsection of our country in America here where they started really kind of going after others again, this kind of rise of um, really gross behavior that we see from one kind of angle, one kind of side of the political spectrum here in America, where they were really started going after, gay people and trans people. And, you know, I wrote that song from a position of kind of thinking about that and thinking about how, um, I hoped that people wouldn't be discouraged from loving each other because of the nastiness and discrimination that was kind of starting to kind of come back around. And I kind of wrote that from another person's perspective. Um, and it was cool to um, this time around write something from my own personal feelings and my own personal space
Yeah,
of
big difference there in
yeah,
approach.
yeah. So it was really really cool to have my own really personal experience in this. And not that I don't feel those other issues personally. I definitely think I do. I think I'm uniquely attuned to the suffering in the world, unfortunately. I feel like a lot of that all the time. But, more so in this situation, I really kind of knew who I was dedicating stuff to and knew that you were going to hear it. You know what I mean? Like it's the other cool part of it is like I can guarantee the people who I wrote this song for, they're going to hear it. So that was like really fun too, you know. Um, Solomon, don't worry, you're not late at all, friend. Welcome, and CH, you're very welcome. I hope you have a fantastic birthday. Shiga, favorite songs, masterpiece. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you. When people use the word like masterpiece or work of art or perfect, I'm always like, oh man, thanks, guys. um,
Yeah, it's definitely very kind of you to say.
yeah, we appreciate it for sure. And Yati, yeah, I guess that's part of it too, right? Is putting putting yourself out there and thinking about others and trying to meet people in the middle and connect with them emotionally is, I guess, how you find your people, right? Um, I think that's a really good point, as you tend to make. Now that's definitely something I learned through this record is new and different ways to express myself that are not so one notey and are not so based just in my suffering. And it has been refreshing to be able to write about um, kind of being okay here, but still having a lot of trouble in the universe around me. Um, I think that's kind of like the theme of this record. And I think it carries from something as simple as Bored to Death, which is just like me just trying to make it through a daily life, just being alive with nothing going on and just being like, okay, now that my life is not this tumultuous, how do I just live like a normal everyday life? And things from as simple as that to like as dark as Mirrors, which is, that struggle to kind of get comfortable with myself. And then things like Saying Goodbye, where I'm like really focused on all of the horrible things that are constantly happening in the world and how I kind of think the world is ending. And then, I Found You, which is like this song, which is like you know, even with all that stuff going on, I'm very grateful for the people that we have that support, Nick and I, and the people that that continue to support us, even though we do try different things and we represent different emotions and we try different feelings. So it's really a true scope of everything that have felt over the past year and a half or so. And it's really been really great to kind of share that and find new ways to express how I feel. Some of which are sad, most of which are sad, but no longer are they as sad about me. And it's more like get sad for the world. And believe it or not, that's kind of a step in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. Like, now that I get to feel a little safe here, um, and then I'll hopefully figure out how to feel safe out here. It's quite the challenge. It's not easy.
Yeah, life is not easy.
Oh, dude, the world is so shot right now, dude. It's so shut out. It's insane.
But we are creating our nice little bubble of positivity and community over here. So it's nice that you wrote a song about that, because you hear a lot about I should say hear a lot about it, but it is a common thing even for us as listeners. We have music that we listen to, or there are our fans who listen to our music, and it lifts them up or reminds them of a time. It gets them through things, inspires them to be creative, whatever it is. And for you to write it from the same a different side of the same coin, where it's like, even when you get down, you can look at what you've accomplished and how you've been able to touch and interact with, the fans that you and I have cultivated, and it gives back to you as well. So I mean, that's a nice cycle right there, and that's something that all of us involved should be fortunate for. I mean, we could have never written a song, and then this community never would have existed, but we did, and here we are, and it's been going for 10 years.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about it, and all that, like how nuts it is that how many people have come and some have gone, some have stayed. And another little milestone for us. And Aurora, by the way, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. Hope you have a great day. And Diamond, hello. And Zubo, we love you too. Thank you so much for stopping in. 4 minute song. Oh God, if I had to fill 4 minutes of a song, I don't know what I would do. Is Everyday Oblivion 4 minutes?
I think Numb is pretty close to that.
Isn't it like 3:56? We have some that are close. And Red, hello, hello, hello. I think that's a big part of it, Nick, is just it's hard, when you make music and you just like to do it and you just start doing it for fun and you don't really expect much from it. And not because you don't believe in yourself or you don't think you're good enough, and some of that creeps in too, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of imposter syndrome moments where I'm like, oh God, they figured it out. People finally found out I suck. What am I going to do now? How am I going to fake this?
Not a thing.
I know, but you have those moments, I can't clear my throat. I'm disgusting. I'm sorry. But you do it and you don't really think much about where it's going to go because it is something that is genuinely impossible. I mean, there's millions of people trying to do it and hundreds that are doing it in a way that allows them to support themselves and sustain themselves. And that's not great odds. That's Powerball ticket shit. That's not that's not like an easy thing. So you definitely are grateful for every moment that you get to do it. And Nick and I, with the release of this song, our catalog is now 50 songs, which is cool because if you think
rad.
about, yeah, if you think about 5-10 song records, there's not a lot of bands that make it through 5-10 song records. I mean, that's a small percentage of people that get to do that. So there we go, Cowboy. See, there we go. We have a 4-minute song already. We've hit the mark. So it's kind of crazy to think of that. I can't name a lot of bands that were around for 5 full-length records. If you want to look at it that way. So it's really thank you so much, Ati. So that's like kind of cool. I'm definitely proud of that, and it just speaks to how awesome you all have been in supporting us and sticking around and listening and sharing it with your friends. And see, there's another 4-minute song. We're crushing it. We're basically Tool. We're basically Tool, guys. We have 2 4-minute songs. I mean, come on. So yeah, so it's just something that's really special, and we're not lost on it. It's not lost on us. And every moment that you have and you're gonna have. I mean, I'm just speaking for myself personally, but I think most creative people will probably agree that you're gonna have a lot more moments where you feel like what you're doing is futile, and you feel like it's just not working and you're not doing it right and you're not good enough. And I think, maybe that's just me, but I have a lot more moments like that than I have good ones. But it's really important, I think, that you reflect here and there on what you have accomplished. And, they say, you judge a man by the company he keeps. I think that speaks the same of our project. I think that our project's value and its worth is totally based in the company that it has gathered. And if that's you guys, then I think we did a really, really good job. So,
absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
That's the thing that I'm like the most proud of is we have like such good people hanging and talking and chatting and like being genuinely good to each other and looking out for each other, checking in on each other. I get messages and stuff that are like, hey, could you check in on this person, or just shoot them a message? It would really cheer them up. I think that that's really cool that you guys are in touch with each other like that, and we take care of each other. And I think that's really, really, really great. So I'm super, super proud of all that stuff. Alex, I know you're in the lab just bumping it, so I appreciate it for sure. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. People taking their music to work. Moonlight was telling me this morning that they went to get their hair done, and they had the person dyeing their hair was like, "You can pick whatever music you want," and Moonlight was like, "Well, I'm going to put on 8 Graves." It's like stuff like that that just
My dude.
Yeah, it just makes me really happy. Yeah, Cowboy Pluto is like on another level to the point that like I worry about him. I'm like, you gotta like chill, dude. You need like a break. But I think he's taking a couple months off before he does his next record, so I'm glad to hear that. Ease, thank you so much. Hello back to you. Warsaw's a big city for us. I mean, it was before I got knocked. I wonder, are you guys getting Spotify back soon? I think that area got like knocked off Spotify. for the time being. But yeah, we've been able to create at a good pace, and we've been able to take care of ourselves. And you guys always reinforce that. I got a really nice comment on the "I Found You" music video, and it was not a name I recognized. And like so many of you, I call you by name. I know so many of you who you are, the ones that we talk to regularly. But this was a person who I don't know that I've spoken to much, but they said like, I recognize that the earlier songs are very dark, and the songs now you seem to be like in a little bit of a better place. And I'm really happy for you guys. I hope everybody's happy and healthy. And I was like, that's really awesome, because I don't think I've really had personal conversation with this person, but they can get where I'm coming from kind
Just
of
by
through this.
listening through the catalog. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like really important to me. So I was like, I commented like, wow, that's like a really cool thing. That's like a really great thing that people are gathering from just the songs. And they did say they watched some commentary videos, so obviously there's that there too. But I just thought that was really neat that it's reflected in how I'm doing, and how we're doing is reflected in the songs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really, really fun. So I thought that was cool. Cowboy, Pluto has some friends that he writes with, some of his like day one homies that he works with. So it's not just him, but most of it's him. But yeah, Iris, no frowny face, no need for it. But yeah, so that's what the song is kind of about. Just about reflecting, and I'm kind of doing it out loud now, just reflecting on our community and how we've grown, and how you guys have really given me drive and purpose, and really, really cool. So that's really fun, and we're happy to be stuck with you, Yati, and everybody else. We're very happy. We'll go to war with you guys any day. We're really glad to have you all. And Iris, it's okay. It's really good to have all of you, and we're really happy that so many of you have stayed with us, and so happy that we don't just, the quantity doesn't just grow, but we seem to attract really, really good people, and that's really, really great. Yeah, Yati, that's kind of funny. Like the comments that we get on YouTube, some of them are just like little, good job, and some of them are really, really long, and it's kind of funny, like reading them and seeing how much thought people put into stuff, and then how much time they take out of their day to send us a comment. I try really hard to keep up with them. It's harder now because there's so many videos. I think we have like 260 videos or something on our channel now. So it's hard to click through all of them and get to all of the little comments. Kowal, how are you doing, friend? Well, we're sorry about the. Oh wait, that's not a joke. Never mind. I have a. Oh, for you to pay. Yes, that was a joke. Okay. I was like, wait, did I just laugh at something terrible for a second? And then I read it again. I was like, okay, I'm okay. Well, you can send us the bill, Kowal.
That's
yeah.
actually hilarious.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Diamond Leone is really great. We love those girls. We've had some calls with them. They're really awesome people, and they're super talented. So that's not an impossibility. Well, that's kind of cool, man. Because I think that's what's good about the song too. Is it's written in a way that you could kind of add your own kind of meaning to it. Can mean what you need it to, about who you want it to be about. Or about what you want it to be about. Sometimes, things that find you are not just people, right? Like to me, it's you guys, but it also is music. It's also my ability to express myself through our songs. So that's part of it too. Moonlight, you're not late. You're doing great.
Welcome, Amy. Good to see you.
But yeah, it's really cool that people can find their own kind of meaning, and kind of add their own emotion to it and kind of experience it, which is always, I think, cool. People will tell me like, this is what I think it means, and I'm like, that's awesome. there's no right answer here. It means whatever you think it means.
Oh,
you know?
for sure.
Nick, when are you going to do a video game stream? Cowboy asks you.
Whatever Brent lets me play a co-op game with him.
See, it's all about me.
I mean, isn't it?
You don't need you could. That was an aggressive. That was a passive aggressive slur.
Just for the memes.
No worries, Red. Thanks for joining us for a little. Yeah, I play League with Iris. You could play League of Legends with us.
League, I'm gonna have to sit that one out.
Iris,
So it's back on me now.
I went like 15-0 in on Ash bot lane last night and just smacked people. It was awesome. It was the first game I fried in a little bit. I have a pretty I probably shouldn't say this, but I have my Minecraft server with my girlfriend. It's really sick. I should show you guys it at one point. Cool. Yeah, you can add me, and then if I have space and I'm just bugging out, people can play with me for sure. Just if you're I'm in NA, so obviously, so if you're in the EU server, sometimes the lag is impossible. Oh, Cowboy, we built like a 4-story. Oh, well, I built like a 4-story castle. She did her own like little village. It's fucking awesome. It looks really cool. But yeah. I said on Wednesday, we were talking, and we've been doing the streams for the release, but now the record's coming. We're gonna have a little time, but I don't want the streams to stop. I would still like to do streams and catch up with you guys and just stay in touch until the next song drops, because it'll be a little bit before the next song drops. So I'm definitely Moonlight. I just told that story before you hopped in. That's really funny. But I'm definitely going to do some gaming stuff. So maybe I'll find a co-op game to play with Nick, and then we can do it. Nick, I'm going to play this this Blight game that's coming. You're going to have to play that with me.
Blight? Let me look it up.
It's new. I don't think it's out yet. Yeah, Moonlight, I was just telling everybody about how you told the lady who was doing your hair about us. No, I think there's I don't know, and this could be wrong, but I think when stuff kind of popped off in the Russia-Ukraine situation, that Spotify got screwed up for a lot of people in that area of the world, including Poland, because I could totally be wrong. So I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But Warsaw was like one of our biggest markets on Spotify. They tell you like who's listening where. And I think like our biggest was like Moscow. And then like the second was like Warsaw, Poland for like a long time. So I think there's like a lot of folks from Poland that listen to us as far as I know. I mean, I don't really pay that much attention to that stuff lately, but because metrics are... So Spotify, yeah, okay. So Spotify's back working, or never went down. I don't know, but it was weird. I don't know. I don't know how the metrics work. I looked at it and then like it went away, and then I haven't really paid much attention to that stuff recently. Probably should, but don't. Nick, did you find that game?
I did. There's no release date just yet, but it looks dope. It's like medieval-ish, right?
It's like medieval. Survival. It's like a medieval zombie game.
Yeah, that's sick.
So there's like a zombie breakout, and then you're like fighting with like swords and crossbows and ballistas and shit.
Yeah, the combat looks super gnarly.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. I'm super stoked for it. That's one that I'm definitely gonna play. We would love to, believe me, we would really like to. That's like one of those things that I always wanted to do, was go across the ocean to play music. So hopefully one day we'll be able to make it happen. That would be like a dream come true. And Diamond, we are very happy that that is the case. Thank you for toughing it out and staying. There we go, Shiga. That's what I was thinking. I know, because Russia was like a huge place for us musically. And when Spotify went down, it was like a big, big hit to our listener stuff. Yeah, and Moonlight, like that's like the thing. Like people can figure that out, but how many people are really going to be like hacking an app and blah 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 just to use it? So, but at the same time, speaking about the song, it's kind of cool, that we have folks in Russia so far away from where we are. I mean, that's like kind of as far as you can get from where we are, with the exception of like Japan and like Australia.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. Really, really fun to think about that. Geez. Facebook, you're not missing anything. Twitter, you're not. Well, actually, Shika, you're not missing anything. Facebook is for like boomers to share political conspiracies.
Literally.
Twitter is useless and by the way, they're going to start making people pay for a Twitter account. Did you hear about that, Nick?
They're going to start making people pay for Twitter, like a premium thing?
No. Like just to have an account, they intend to make it like a subscription, like a $2.99 a month.
Okay. Twitter sucks anyway.
Yeah, it's useless. And Instagram is all just like them trying to sell you cheap, like, do you like this string of lights that's made in China that probably has like lead in it? Like, it's not great. It's not great. Good job on the dishes, Wicked. Discord is by far the best, Cowboy. Yeah, Spotify being blocked though, that's rough for sure. I use that a lot. To listen to like the same 4 bands or 5 bands, but yeah, I use it all the time. Hopefully it gets back there soon. We'll see. Hopefully all that stuff settles down, man. That's the most bummer, is people fighting wars. Not the biggest, coolest thing. Yeah. So what do you got, Nick? What do you want to say about this song? I've been yapping this whole time, been yammering on.
Oh, you're good, dude. You're the one with the message.
No,
Yeah, I mean, from production wise, like, I think it really just started from that synth line. Most of my stuff is from like a percussion basis, like there's like a groove going on. But I was just messing around with this new synth that I had gotten. It's called Diva. And yeah, the way I wrote the progression was, it is kind of like a duophonic synth where you can play actually it was like 3 notes at a time. But the way that this preset was created, there was only certain notes that would be able to be played at certain ranges where the distortion in it like made harmonic sense. Otherwise, the notes sounded like absolute garbage. So all the notes that are there are the only notes that were possible to play really in each of the bass notes. It's like kind of a weird thing. A lot of math and like kind of figuring out like, should I play a third or should it be a major third? And because of that, that riff was kind of just born. And then, yeah, you took a liking to the vibe and fit it really well. And then percussion came later, so.
Yeah. We didn't do percussion until way, way later. In that song. Oh yeah. It's funny how all the songs on this record had a little bit different ways to come to them too. I mean, I guess all songs are that way, but we really did open up our process a lot on this record for sure. Which was fun. Yeah, that's so Yati. So when we did all this art, there's a couple Easter eggs in it, and we'll see if you guys picked up on it. But one of the things was that if you look at the different covers, that you have Jupiter is getting like closer to Earth. So it's like the two, because the record was about me kind of dealing with my feelings about how the world is ending. It's like the 2 planets are going to collide. So if you look at the different records, it's different distances of the planets to each other.
Proximity, yep.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. So that was a little Easter egg in there. Obviously, you have the ghost, spooky ghost costume, which kind of is symbolic in a way of nine. Nine's a gravestone, but there's definitely people who have always like looked at it and thought it was a ghost. In fact, when we made the 9 pins in our merch store, the merch company thought that it was a ghost. They sent us the proof back and they were like, ghost pin. And I'm like, no, it's a gravestone. Um, so there's like some Easter eggy stuff on there too. That just has to do with the whole overall theme of the album, which I thought was fun. Um, Wicked, I knew it from your Instagram message because that's your name on Instagram. And if anytime I had this conversation with Tasia too. If at any time I call you by your real name and you don't want me to, just tell me to call you by your screen name. I don't want to dox anybody. Quasi dox. So just let me know if you're like, don't do that, don't call me that, or if you have a different name that you go by and you'd prefer to be called to. I will do my best to remember that. But yeah, the art has some cool Easter eggy stuff that goes with the theme of the record. So that was really cool. And I like how it's interesting how there's a dynamic of like I Found You, where the cover is like very peaceful and very like ethereal, dreamy. And then like Supervillain or Saying Goodbye, that's like really violent and like very like intense. So it definitely spanned the gamut here, for sure.
Yeah, all the vibes are real nice with the art for sure.
Yeah, it really kind of fit with how many different energy levels there are in the records. Moonlight, of course you did because you're legendary.
Yeah, it's very clever.
Yeah. Who asked Wicked? Was it you who asked what am I streaming today? I'm gonna finish chapter 2 of Deltarune, but I don't think we have that much longer to go. I think we only have like 45 minutes to an hour. So I downloaded Blasphemous 2, and I think I'm gonna start Blasphemous 2. Which, Nick, if you've never played Blasphemous, you should definitely look it up. You would definitely.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's a Metroidvania pixel art
I like
game,
that.
but it's very dark, very like violent, brutal, bloody, but it's all pixel art. It's super dope, like Super Nintendo graphics. Really, really cool. Jimmy asks, this is a good question. What are each of our favorites from this album?
Great question. You can go first.
Oh man, it's really hard.
It changes from day to day, I feel, depending on what vibe.
It does. I think I really like Saying Goodbye. I think that's probably my favorite, but Mirrors some days is definitely my favorite. And then also Wish We Were Friends sneaks up on me sometimes too. And I hadn't listened to I Found You in a while, and then with it releasing this weekend, I listened to it a little bit, and I was like, this one's really dope too.
Dude, it's a sleeper for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. So those would be. It's kind of hard to pick one, and I gotta say too, like, I think Supervillain's really, really smart lyrically. Like, I don't like pat myself on the back too much, but I crushed it on that song. If I went through like the lyrics of that song and really dissected what I was trying to say with each line, you'd be like, whoa, it's really, really smart. And I'm like pretty proud of that. I think it's like really just quick-witted and like very to the point of what I'm trying to say, but I don't know that anybody would really understand it unless I went through them line by line. Like I really like how the pre-chorus in that song, I'm talking about like the way that other people kind of talk to me. I kind of change perspectives from like things that I think the world is saying to then like things that people say to me, like, who are you? Why are you so special? Why do you think that things should be different for you? Lose the ego, right? Like, or like, oh, you want to talk about like capitalism and economics, but you don't know what you're talking about. You're not smart enough. There's people that are smart enough, right? Like, oh, everything, what do I know? Everything goes right over my head. So it's like I just thought like really all of the complaints that I have about like the way that the world is working, people have always told me I'm not smart enough to understand it, and I just have to trust the way that things work. Or people told me like, why do you think it should be different for you than it's been for everybody else for all of it? Right? Like it's so I really like the way I wrote that song lyrically. I'm like really, really proud of it. What are your favorites? Danger.
Yeah, it's probably from a production standpoint. I've been wanting to write a song like Mirrors for a while, pulling from kind of like an electro trance vibe. It's got some drum and bass aspects to it, and it's aggressive. And I have always wanted to do something where we did like a vocal drop for the drop, like as like a instrumental chorus after your chorus, obviously. So like
Yeah.
that scratches an itch. I like that arrangement in songs, and it was cool for us to explore that and make it work for our sound. But for like overall, like just well-rounded banger of a track, I would say Saying Goodbye for sure.
Very fair. Very fair. Yeah, I love the vocal chop stuff too. I've been listening to like the most Fantagram, and I'm always like, oh god, they're so good with vocal chops. So I hope we do more of that going forward because I really dig
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Blueberry or chocolate chip pancakes? I'm going blueberry all day.
Blueberry all day.
Okay, sick. Unity. The sharks fighting was the best. I think Moonlight, the sharks fighting was definitely the most funny. I think that's the most we really laughed like in the studio about like a musical thing. We laugh all the time because as we worked with Dwight over the last 18 songs, he's an absolute cartoon fucking character.
He really is.
An actual real life cartoon character. So we laugh and bust each other's chops all day. And it's really great. Pretty rare does it really get like tense. Nick and I will fight over creative differences or whatever. We'll get into our little arguments, but like for the most part, while we're doing it, it is like very lighthearted and unserious. And not 5 minutes goes by that we're not like taking a shot at somebody, just making fun of each other, busting each other's chops. So it's hard to pick out moments. The sharks fighting thing was like, if we had that on camera, it would be like, you guys would be like dying.
Yeah, because the gravity of it is like Dwight says shit like that all the time, where he's just like, I don't know, you just need like a beautiful song, or this part needs to be a shark fight. He'll say stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes, most of the time, I'm like, oh yeah, I understand. But then when he said shark fight, I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't
and
know.
He just kind of like, I was like, first of all, I don't think that it's appropriate. I don't feel that. But I was like, you know what? I'll put what I want aside and actually explore this. So when that comes from a place of like non-inspiration and it's just utilitarian, I was just plotting shit on the grid. And then I was like, here you go, eat up. And everyone was like, bah.
It's not great. We were like all keyed in, like sitting on the couch, like, okay, let's hear it. And we're just
yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. Yeah, it's leading up to it. And all of a sudden farts, literal farts,
yeah.
dude.
It was not great. It was not great. Really, really funny. I will remember that forever, the sharks fighting shit. It will never, ever, ever leave my brain. Showing up to Kingdom Come with a smile and a couple gifts, I thought was really, 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 because it wasn't easy to find a word that rhymed with apocalypse. So I was like, oh, gifts kind of works. I was proud of that one too.
The near rhyme. Near rhymes are the best.
Dude, that's why in my little handy rhyming dictionary.
Oh, you got a physical copy now. Nice.
I do. I've been using this. This is more for pure rhymes, but they have they're like the first half is pure rhyme and the second half is near rhyme.
It's awesome.
Good for writers to have. You should get this. Shiga, Everyday Oblivion, I still can't really listen to that song because it still makes me very upset. So Wicked, we started calling Nick Danger. Well, I started calling Nick Danger a while ago. We used to call him Nicky Danger, and did it come from the cliff diving?
No,
experience?
that was a funny pun afterwards.
Yes. It was just a nickname. I think he was using. I don't know if you were using it for music or what.
I think someone from the friend group just called me Nikki Danger for no reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just was like a pseudonym, kind of like a rock and roll type name.
Yeah. And then we started calling him Nikki Safety for a while. And then but I just call him Danger. He was in my phone as Danger. Until now, you know how like iPhones, they send you the thing like update your contact, you know? But before that, I had him in Nikki Danger in my phone forever. I like the end too. That's a good one. I'm glad you are still listening to that song, Adrian. Thank you. Yeah, Kowal, there's a big. We were talking about this a little on Wednesday. There's a lot of variation in terms of like what we've done musically, but at the same time, what I'm always proud of is that they still kind of all sound like us. I don't think there's a lot of folks, and not that I'm putting myself or us in this category, but one thing I always found about artists that have like kind of long careers is they have like a lot of versatility. Like I think of people like Madonna or Prince or David Bowie or the Beatles who like, and again, I'm not saying we're Madonna or Prince or David Bowie or the Beatles, but if you listen to their music, they really were able to adapt with like the times and kind of change their sounds based on like what was in and stay cutting edge for like a long time. And the difference with us is I think we're not really paying attention. We're not trying to set trends. We're just kind of doing like what we like to do. But Nick and I really do like a lot of music. In any week, I could listen to a reggae station on Pandora, and then I'll listen to video game soundtracks, and then I'll listen to, lately I've been listening to like a lot of Phonogram, like I said, and then I'll listen to Rings of Saturn and, just the heaviest, techiest metal there is. And I think like we like a lot of things about a lot of music, and I'm really happy that we're able to explore all of the things that we like about music. And we don't feel like we have to make 4 different projects to do. Oh, well, the more electronic stuff we'll do under this moniker, and the pop stuff we'll do under this moniker, and the heavier stuff we'll do under this moniker. I just like that we just embrace doing whatever we like about.
Yeah, we pretty much always have. Sometimes we go with the guidance of what other people think we should be doing.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, we take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it's not great. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop doing that. I'm done with that. I don't know if we have the sharks fighting audio. We'll have to see if we find it, and if we find it, we'll do a dedicated sharks fighting stream.
I may have the project file. I'll have to dig in, but if I find it, we'll definitely have to listen.
So funny. Josh, I think I saw your comment. Yeah, I commented back. I remember. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, Alex. Bonesaw, still going strong. And Poor Man's Poison, I'm not familiar with, Cowboy. I'll have to look it up. If it's good, I will let you know. I will check it out. But yeah, guys. So once again, we just want to say thank you so much for hanging. I feel like this stream was very retrospective for me, that I'm like very kind of looking back and just appreciating you guys and everything we've kind of gone through together, and how long we've spent chilling and chatting and getting to know each other, and really, really thankful and grateful. Like I said, not just to have the number of people that we have supporting us, but more importantly to me is that you guys are all so great. That you're really kind to each other and kind to us. We just have grown our family into a really excellent collection of people. And I will definitely look that up, Yati. And I'm super it's just crazy, man. You do stuff like this, you don't think it's gonna do anything, man. You just don't. When you make music, you understand that it is normally a pretty futile, hopeless kind of thing. And it's just crazy to look back and see how much we've been able to accomplish, and the level of quality of person that we've been able to kind of bring into our little family here. So I get super stoked about it. I get super emotional. we're working on all the stuff for the album, when the vinyl drops, and I actually just remembered that I had to respond to Rupert. And we're just super happy that we even think we can make a shirt to celebrate our record, and somebody might want to buy it, or somebody might want to buy our record, or it's just really crazy. So we're really, really happy and grateful to have you, and your support for this year has been amazing. It's a rough year for bands, man. If you look at the numbers that bands are doing, particularly independent bands, it's been rough. And we're super, super fortunate to have all you guys still sticking with us and supporting us. So thank you to all of you. Greenie, happy that you popped in. Good to see you. So thank you to all of you, and we really appreciate you and love you. And we don't just say that, we mean it. You've given us so much, and we're really, truly grateful for all of you. That's true, Nick. We should comment that to him, Nick. Nick is texting me about stuff.
I will, once we get off the stream here.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we do something else. We've done a couple of those, right? So yeah, so thanks to all of you, and we love you and we appreciate you. We always enjoy spending this time with you. We're happy that you guys are here, and grateful that you take some time out of your day to spend with us. Happy to catch up with you. And like I said, even though this is the last release for the year, I definitely want to plan a couple streams for the rest of the year just to say hi and check in. I'm definitely going to make sure that I get on that. And whether it's here or on Twitch or both, or we'll figure it out, or just in Discord just to hang. So we'll definitely plan those, and I'll make sure I let you guys know when I think I'm gonna throw up one of those just to chat, play some games, hang and stuff. And other than that, I will be on Twitch in 2 hours from now. We're gonna finish.
Hell yeah, you are.
Hell yeah, dude. We're gonna finish up Deltarune, which has been really, really fun. Just so awesome, those goddamn games. And we're gonna finish that up, and we're gonna do some stabby, jumpy exploring in Blasphemous. And yeah. And then we'll have another one of these when we're actually we're gonna do like a drop for like the merch for the record with the vinyl and everything once that's all settled, and go from there. So look out for that. We'll be letting you guys know about all that stuff. And other than that, I'll see you guys in a couple hours here. Okay.
Hell yeah. Also, let's get some Fs in chat. Let's keep the tradition going here. Get some Fs in chat.
Do it.
Nobody heard. Holding secrets I can't tell. A soul in the world. Lost in a wasteland. I needed something to feed my soul. And you're in oasis. Someone to call my home. I found you to give me shelter from the rain. I found you to run the blood back through my veins. I found you. I was screaming out for help, nobody heard. Holding secrets I can't tell a soul in the world, lost in our way.